Hey there Cosmic Warriors, and welcome back to another video. Okay, so in today's video we are going to be taking a look at the beauty, relationships, envy and seduction of those of you who have Venus within the 5th house in your natal birth chart. However, before we do get started, make sure that you give this video a like if you do like it. Also, make sure to subscribe if you have not already, and to of course click that little bell icon so that you can keep yourself updated with further content from myself. And one more quick thing to mention, and that is that I have some merchandise pieces there available along with some ebooks. So if you are interested in any of those things, then just go to the link in the description box below. Okay, so with all of those introductions out of the way, Venus in the 5th house, let's do this. Right, so first and foremost, when it does come to Venus, make sure that you are looking at your Libra house along with your Taurus house, because both of these signs are ruled by Venus within astrology, and so therefore these signs can give you, well, these signs and these houses can give you more information about Venus. Right, so if you do have Venus in the 5th house, then what this suggests is that you glow when you're involved with creative projects and hobbies, and you feel at ease, you feel valued knowing that your creative efforts are being admired and seen and appreciated by others. Maybe as a child you would create many beautiful things and you find much joy and happiness in doing so, and perhaps even into your adult years you awaken your inner child by creating, whether this be a painting or an Instagram post or a song. Essentially, there's this natural urge, this natural attraction, I suppose, towards expressing yourself through something artistic and creative, towards creating something that is beautiful. In fact, by doing so, you may feel more balanced, and you'll also feel super proud of yourself, thinking to yourself, I did that and nobody can take that away from me. You might actually love it when something you love becomes your thing. It becomes a part of your individuality. So this could be a type of music genre or even a specific song. Or this could be a sport that you really enjoy, or this could be a type of food or some type of drink that you find pleasure in. Though with this, make sure that you are considering the sign that Venus is in, along with aspects, of course, because the sign is going to give you more information. Take me, for example. I have Venus in Capricorn in the 5th house, according to the whole sign system. And I can certainly relate to what I've brought up so far, but this creative process for me has consisted of many trials and errors, and I also don't fit the typical in love with love stereotype that comes with having Venus in the 5th house. Let's just say love and relationships for me have required me to take responsibility and get my act together, and when it comes to the creative process, I do tend to filter my creativity through practicality and also through structure and discipline and longevity. Oh, and my creativity is also linked with business, hence my profession today. But maybe you're someone with Venus in the 5th house in a fire sign. Well, you might be more bold and daring and brash when it comes to your creativity. Maybe you're more spontaneous, you're more dramatic, you're more me-focused, or maybe you're someone with Venus in the 5th house in an air sign. Well, you might be more communicative and curious when it comes to your creativity. Perhaps you could chat about your creative projects all day long, or maybe you engage with others over theirs. And so you gain new ideas to add to your list of many. Basically, there's a type of lighting up effect that happens when you are engrossed in your art, Venus in the 5th house. And boy, do you know how to make your art appear beautiful and appealing and attractive. There's a certain charming radiance that comes off your art and pulls people in. You manage to grab other people's attention. However, the thing about this is that you might have the tendency of becoming envious if or when other people's attention moves away from your art, away from your beauty, your style, your decor, your creations, and onto somebody else's. So with that being said, let's look a little deeper into this particular placement. So, is it that you can sometimes feel intimidated or threatened by other people's beauty and by other people's radiance? By those who you believe to be more beautiful, more attractive, more appealing? Does it hurt your ego when you see somebody else doing better than you? Or does it hurt your pride when you notice somebody else doing the same thing that you're doing whilst also gaining more applause and recognition for doing so? And if so, why? Now with this, I want you to remember that the 5th house rules over how we played as children, as well as our relationships with our own children. Well, with other children, but especially our own. So I do wonder, Venus in the 5th house individuals, did you experience bitchiness or cruelty or rivalry from other children as a child? Were you compared to other children? Did you feel like you had to shine brighter if you were to remain relevant in other people's lives? Or maybe you didn't feel loved by people who were supposed to show you love. Or quite possibly, the introduction of other children made you feel jealous, made you feel bitter. Could have been a scenario where a child was brought into the family unit, and so maybe you disliked that the attention you received was now going to somebody else. Now, of course, these are all speculations. They're all possibilities, but maybe the envy you feel stems from somewhere. And to look at it more seriously, there's a possibility of you projecting your feelings of jealousy and envy onto your own children if you don't make sense of these feelings. Now, don't get me wrong, the children that you have will most likely be beautiful. They will be sweet and super, super cute. They may be super talented and gifted and artistic. They may inherit these types of artistic and creative qualities from you. But if you start getting into the, oh, look at you doing something better than I could have ever done, then you put yourself and your children at a disadvantage, Venus in the 5th house individuals. This will only lead to resentment and bitterness, not only from you towards your child or towards your children, but from your children towards you too. This could also be where your children start to act in jealous and envious ways towards other children. So if you can see that the cycles could possibly repeat themselves here. Not to mention, this type of behavior can have major, major effects on your children's self-worth. Though on the other hand, this could also play out where you push on your children to perform and practice, leading to talent and play, yes, but also leading to the likes of your children feeling an immense amount of pressure. Though I also wonder, is it that you felt this, Venus in the 5th house individuals? You felt this pressure to be a somebody because maybe you wanted or you want to make your parents proud. It's like, look at me, mom and dad. Look at how well I'm doing. Or it's like, I am deserving of love because of how much I shine. Therefore, I think what's important here is firstly, for you to do those creative projects for yourself and not for others. Do them because you love them, not because you're seeking a pat on the back from fans and from admirers. And secondly, be proud of your passions and your hobbies and your creations. Be proud of them and see them as worthy rather than comparing yourself against others, resulting in you actually feeling crap about yourself. Further resulting in you bringing that same low, worthless energy into your romantic life and into your spare time activities too. Next thing you know, you're competing with a friend over who is the fairest and the most beautiful of all, or you're putting a relative down because of how crap you feel about yourself, or you're hurting your romantic partner because you won't accept their love, you won't accept their admiration and appreciation towards you. Do you see here how low self-esteem can impact our lives? And if you have children, let them flourish as individuals, let them blossom and make their own decisions. Be proud of their gifts and their talents, and if there's something creative you would like to start before having children, then do it. Do it if you can, rather than living in regret. And also, rather than potentially doing the whole projection thing where you project your regrets onto your children. And even if you can't do these things, accept this, right? Instead of forcing your children to do something just because you didn't or you couldn't. Now, I know it may seem like I'm being super hard on you guys, but I'm coming from a place of good intent, and besides, living our lives as a way to impress others can be a bit of a strange game that we play. And so I think that by you focusing more on yourself and on the things that you love and that you enjoy, you're gonna feel so much more content, so much more confident, so much more happier, or you'll feel like this giddy child on Christmas Eve who's all excited to receive their gifts. Though following on from this point, perhaps you love engaging in play and fun. In fact, perhaps you earn money through art that is fun, through an art that showcases your self-expression. And honestly, I think that by embracing your individuality and your self-expression overall, you will then encourage your own children to embrace theirs just as much. And so I guess with this Venus placement, it's this whole notion of, by me embracing who I am, I also give permission to embrace others for who they are as well. And what comes with that are feelings of worthiness and self-acceptance. And the same thing can apply to your individual beauty, meaning that by embracing your individual beauty, you can also look at other people's as individual to them rather than seeing others as a threat. That way you'll be more eager and more willing to celebrate yourself as well as others who you like and who you enjoy being around. Though speaking of others, let's take a look at your relationships, your romantic relationships. You might be attracted to lovers who are artistic and creative, partners who are charming and graceful and elegant, the types of people who compliment you very well. They sort of go hand in hand with who you are as a person. Or at least that's what you think at the beginning. And the ways in which you might attract and seduce such lovers and admirers is through some type of art form, such as through literally your creative projects, or through how you dance, you sing, or you perform. You could be dancing in a nightclub, for example, and this is when you start seducing admirers. Or you could be doing some karaoke at a bar, and next thing you catch a potential lover's attention. However, on that note, you may possess a type of love towards partying and letting your hair down, or you might pick people up on a night out, if you know what I mean. But remember, this is Venus. So there's a seductive process and allure playing out. Now again, I think it depends on the sign in order to really get information on your seduction style here. But it's you, Venus in the 5th house individuals, who may love a bit of flirting, a bit of teasing when you're out having fun. You might, as I say, tease these admirers in a playful way, or you might love how other people's attention is on you and you're the person who's possibly going home with them. Though I suppose the only thing with this is be careful not to place your self-worth on these flings and on these casual romances. Do not place your value in the hands of people who don't know you deeply. They don't know you very well. Again, this can be a strange type of game. One where you are betting on your heart, but then the moment you get hurt, you feel heartbroken. But still, this doesn't take away from those sexual and desirable feelings that you get at the beginning of a romantic encounter. However, when you do get into a romantic relationship, one where feelings of love have started to develop, I think you make for great partners. You're good at arranging dates and showing affection. And once again, with this, please do consider the sign, because I know for me, with Venus in Capricorn, I take a while to bring down my walls. Let's just say that. But I will still be very much present and I will make the effort. But moving away from me, you might truly glow when you are romantically involved with another person, Venus in the 5th house. You bring a certain level of charm and beauty, and you may also be willing to negotiate and compromise with your lovers. There's certainly a contribution that you bring forward, and you want to really see the relationship blossom into something else, provided that you feel at ease and secure, of course. And you might also show your love and your affection through gift giving or through words of affirmation. And at the same time, I think you appreciate such things in return. Yeah, you may be highly complimentary towards your romantic partners, and you may also say, I love you quite a bit too. Not to mention, there's also plenty of fun and play involved within your romantic relationships. So this idea of bringing a childlike spirit to your romances, where you don't take things super seriously, or where you try something vibrant and new just for the sake of it. And I think that by keeping that childlike spirit alive within your one-on-one relationships, you also feel really, really good about yourself as well. But also, perhaps by you feeling good about yourself, kind of what I was getting at earlier, you in turn bring fun and play and joy into your one-on-one relationships too. Okay then, Cosmic Warriors, so that concludes my video all about the beauty, relationships, envy and seduction of those of you who have Venus in the 5th house. Now, if you do happen to have Venus in the 5th house, then please let us know what you thought of the video in the comment section down below. But with all that being said, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for subscribing. And of course, if you would like to see more videos from myself and you have not yet subscribed, then make sure that you click that subscribe button, and also make sure that you give this video a like, remember. And I will be back with another video very, very soon. Bye!